Welcome everyone to this daily Sidereal Astrology forecast. This is for Tuesday, February 16th of 2016. I'm Athen, and this is for Sidereal Astrology, very different from mainstream astrology. If you are new to the channel, be sure to click the link for more information. All right, so today, a lot like yesterday, we still have the moon in Taurus, and we're in the first quarter phase of the lunar cycle, which means roughly about a week ago, we came up to some new beginnings. So now it's about integrating those new beginnings, really applying them and moving them forward, specifically in the Taurus fashion, which is very grounded in nature. Very slow and steady, taking things one step at a time, and perhaps reflecting on our values. You know, the moon is very much about our reflection, and Taurus is very much about the qualities that come through when we're reflecting on our values. So this can be, you know, the material values, it can be the simple pleasures of life, finding the middle path with these things, but all in all, anything that we might consider an enjoyment of life, material or otherwise. And I think that's a great way of working with the moon here today, enjoying these things and perhaps learning more about them. Now, the moon is going to be forming a few aspects here today, as well as one major aspect going exact. Mars is going to be sextiling up to the North Node. So this one will probably take the forefront, and this has been perhaps this increased motivation or perhaps drive lately to cultivate the life path. The North Node is all about that future orientation, that new direction. And there has been a lot of things shifting into this new direction this year. We've had the North Node conjoining up to Jupiter, really expanding that, helping us learn more about what's possible, learn more about this new horizon or where we can grow and expand in our lives. The North Node shifting into Leo, which is this new direction for about the next 2 years, which is about cultivating our self-expression, cultivating our interests and our passions in life. So a lot of this is being activated here today and tomorrow with Mars, and this is particularly involving perhaps mustering up that confidence, perhaps mustering up that motivation drive to cultivate these things that might be coming to us. They might be insights, they might be opportunities, or what have you. Now, this is a Mars in Libra, so it is important throughout this process to have that balance and tact as we go about it, and that can help really balance out that Mars energy too. Now, the moon is going to be forming a few aspects, squaring up to Neptune in the early part, so finding the way of cultivating our spiritual life. You know, we've had Saturn and Neptune squaring up to each other, and now the moon is going to form a T-square up to this. So it's great for an early sort of morning routine to maybe meditate, do anything that helps you get into a state of presence, because that Saturn is about that discipline, that work, and Neptune is about those spiritual activities. So with the T-square, it's all about integrating it, grounding it, and seeing where we can have perhaps more faith and trust, perhaps even activities that we can do, or sort of things we can do to help us get into that state of presence. Now, the moon is going to be opposing up to Saturn, which does signify the fact that there is, on one hand, those simple enjoyments of life, and then perhaps on the other, there's responsibilities. So balancing the responsibilities with the enjoyments, I think, will be important. Saturn is in Scorpio and Ophiuchus. So what's really happening here in the big picture is everything that we're building and cultivating is what's really meaningful to us in life, or at least that's where we do have the support right now. So it does require that really diving deep into the self to really understand what it is that we truly value in life, what is truly meaningful to us in life, and then taking the long-term approach and the patient approach to cultivating these things in life. That's been Saturn, and I feel like that's going to be activated today with the moon here. Now, the moon is going to be sextiling up to Uranus in the later part, so that could be maybe something new, maybe something changing up the routine on a minor note probably. And in the evening time, the moon does square up to Chiron, which does suggest perhaps some healing. And this is the kind of healing that really comes through when we're wanting to learn more about ourselves, perhaps our spiritual selves, because Chiron is transiting into Pisces. But it's through that learning about self that we cultivate the healing and transformation aspects of life. So the high point is going to be this Mars sextiling up to the North Node, perhaps taking action steps towards these new insights, new beginnings. At least there's an opening for that. The moon opposing up to Saturn does signify that balancing point between the deeper aspects of life and the simple life, which is Taurus. But all in all, perhaps finding that middle path with what we truly value in life, which is the moon in Taurus. All right, so I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.